Good morning, everybody. First person is here. Hey, how you doing? Got a little different setup here. This is what I was working on all weekend. Oh, let me get my chat up so I can see when everybody shows up. What's up, Vic? What's up, Vic? Here it is. All right, I got your chat right there. I changed up my setup a lot. This was this television is 75. But this right here, where you see where your words are coming in MVP Nation right there. I used to have that turned long ways, but I'm putting it back this ways because it looks better, and I can actually play Madden here when I'm watching a football game because that's the only problem I have in here. Well, let me change. Let me change cameras. This one, this one moved on me. Don't move on me. All right, I have one camera back there. How you doing, everybody? And then I have, bam, right here. Change is as good as a holiday special. And not only that, how many times have I said the weeks when the Cowboys lose and the Eagles win are like the worst weeks, but the weekends the Cowboys win and the Eagles lose, wow, those feel good. So welcome to that weekend. Change as good as a holiday. Yes, yes, yes. So what do we talk about first? Let's talk about ourselves first. I was just working on this. This makes me be able to put the graphics up even easier. So tomorrow I'll bring the graphics back in because they'll be on their own layer, coming from their own place now. What's up, Cal? No, I don't know if we let the wrong coach rock. I'm still good with Quinn. Quinn is still Quinn. Cal Cullen. Hey, this is what I got to say about both Quinn and Jalen Daniels. Whom, look, the eye test says he's great, but the eye test is always wrong almost. But the eye test says he's great. But about the Commanders and Jalen Daniels, what would they be saying about us if the games we had won were versus the Giants, the Cardinals, and who was the other team? Who was the third team that they beat? What are the three Commanders' victories? Because I know two are one-win teams. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Greamer. It's getting better and better. I feel like I'm awake. Synapses are popping. I got my cameras clean. You can go bam, bam, and bam back to me. Cincinnati. Okay, so Cincinnati won another game yesterday, but not a murderous row of football teams. And we were destroying our team for losing to the Ravens by 3 points, and the Ravens look like they're pretty good. So you just got to let this stuff play out, man. This is just like a snapshot into the league, and like there's several teams like in a 3 to 4 week period that'll lose a couple of games. There's a lot of teams that'll do that, but then We'll see what happens at the end of this thing. Now, our road coming up is tough, but I don't think it's as tough as people are making it out to be. And what people fail to realize about that laundry list of big time teams that we have to play, our division foes have to play pretty much the same ones. I think only we have to play the 49ers. Maybe the Eagles have to play 49ers too. But and the 49ers are the 49ers right now. Why aren't they talking about them? The Josh Allen Buffaloes are not going 17-0. I love that. Thank you. This has been a great weekend. If Josh Allen can lose and Jalen Hurts can lose and the Cowboys win, yeah, that is, but that's Cal. That is that's what's his name? Cal, what's his name? Used to be the coach of Kingsbury. That's him. That's developing a quarterback, and he didn't do a great job with the one he has. And he came in the league pretty, wowing us pretty much too. You know what I'm saying? Kyler Murray did, and he had Kyler Murray, whatever. So we just got to let this play out. We've seen these characters before. And just because these characters beat some teams that are struggling themselves, all three teams that they won, they didn't even score a touchdown versus the Giants. So all the three teams that they beat were not much. What's up, C? No, I didn't see that. I saw that Flacco came in, but I didn't know when Richardson got hurt. Who's in Pittsburgh this weekend? Who's going to Pittsburgh? I know I'm not going to Pittsburgh. You're in a gambling Discord with a lot of Philly fans. They want Belichick bad. Yeah. That's what I try to tell my friends, man. Philly, yeah. Yes, I think we're in a better situation than in Philadelphia. I really do, because, and it's simply because how would you feel? How would you feel if we had gained all this talent, this perceived talent, because everything is perceived talent? How would you feel if we had got as much perceived talent as Philadelphia? Because we're not as talented as them. We're not. I was going to say perceived, but no, we're not. We're not as talented as them. So how would you feel if we were that talented, had spent money to acquire that much talent, money and resources to acquire that much talent, and you ended up with the same record as the guy over your division foe that you're laughing at that didn't do anything? You know what I'm saying? How would you feel if we had went out and got Derrick Henry? Like a lot of us wanted to get Derrick Henry. We see what Derrick Henry is doing. But how many of us would have, if we got Derrick Henry and then didn't use Derrick Henry? You know what I'm saying? So that's what they did with Saquon. They got Saquon and didn't use Saquon. So we didn't even spend the money on Derrick Henry. So we're not in a worse situation than them. We're not in an ideal situation, and we're not in a winning situation. That's what you want to say. That's what we're trying to say. And that's what I was trying to convey that to my best friends, my dad, my son's godfather, that we're not in a position to win. We're not in a great position. We're not in a position to win Super Bowls, but we're not in the same position as some of these other teams as well. And we kind of want us to go down so that we can, get a good draft pick, but it just goes against the brand of Jerry Jones and the Cowboys to go down like that. I mean, he just don't want to do it. He's not. He will try to trade for Patrick Mahomes before he You know what I'm saying? He will do anything that he could do before he'll go to the depths of, the TV don't care about us. It's not going to happen. The Eagles, yeah, they've done a lot of stuff. You would feel like the Eagles are missing Devontae and AJ. Yeah, yep, they are. But that MVP that nation, that falls to the. You would be mad if we got Derrick Henry and didn't run the ball if CeeDee Lamb is hurt. So if CeeDee Lamb is hurt and Ferguson is hurt, so our two top targets are hurt, and we have Derrick Henry in the backfield, and we go play the New York Giants, and we don't run Derrick Henry. And when we did run Derrick Henry in the game, he killed. He was like crazy good. But we didn't run him enough in that game and lost that game. That's the stuff. And we've seen the Commanders also. We've seen that team do well with some quarterbacks that probably aren't in the league right now. Where's Heineke? And what was the other one? I mean, they beat us with one of them. Yeah, this year the gap in quarterback is pretty massive, I believe. You believe there? I don't think their team is in better shape at all, especially at the quarterback position. I don't think they even have a plan. And I told you that about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a runner, and you need an offensive scheme and an offensive plan that involves Jalen Hurts matriculating the ball down the field with his feet and playing off that, throwing the ball, hitting off play action and things of that sort. That's not Kellen Moore. That's not what Kellen Moore has been taught by the Dallas Cowboys. So Kellen Moore can't just go there and become a different type of coach. He can call some different plays here and there, but he doesn't have the intricate knowledge that you need in a running game that a person that works on the running game tirelessly has. You know what I'm saying? So the Eagles, if they were over there with a coach, Shane Steichen, if Steichen came back as the offensive coordinator with Philadelphia, I'd be scared. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows how to get Jalen and blah, 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 whatever. Hurts, those two, Sirianni and Kellen Moore, they need to go get Joe Burrow or somebody. They need to go get him a passer. D-Law out for 48 weeks. You know what, Brent? I'm not worried about the defense being D-Law being out, and if Mike is out for a while. I'm not, because this is a clear, development year. So we'll see if we have somebody on the roster that can, elevate their games to make us not miss D-Law and Micah. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, Reamer. We're on the same accord early this morning. Little Commanders in first place. And the Commanders and the Eagles are going to take themselves out. I love that. So all we got to do, we have to take, if we split versus both of them, just take care of the Giants, split versus both of them, maybe sweep one of the two, either Philadelphia or the Commanders. If we can, and I'm leaning more toward sweeping the Commanders than the 49ers, because we should know. Just like, and again, I will add another caveat to how good the Commanders looked like yesterday. It was against Kingsbury's team that he built. So he knows everything about Arizona and what they can and can't do. Why does he know everything? Because he is the person who put that team together. So he should have been able to dismantle them. So you gotta add that in, because a lot of that stuff makes quarterbacks look real good. Am I nervous about Pittsburgh's run game? Yes. I'll tell you how nervous. The one running back rumor over the summer that had my ears perked up was Najee, because Najee is a violent runner. He hits you hard. So we're gonna have to deal with a serious attitude from Pittsburgh with that run game. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Again, development. See who can step up and stop the run, and then you might have a permanent shot on this Cowboys football game. Retro injury, I understand, but all I'm telling you, retro injury, it's the same thing as I said to all these people that were jumping all going crazy over Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe at training camp because they made some great blocks and stuff at training camp. Yes. But traditionally, in those positions, it ain't easy. Traditionally, in those positions, it ain't easy. And the one dude that did it last year was in Houston. And I feel like his coaching staff is way above Kingsbury and Quinn. These dudes have been fired. These dudes have been fired. You understand what I'm saying? So these dudes got to prove themselves a little bit. And then with quarterbacks, we've seen so many come in and have a good time, have a good start, and then tail off because the game gets harder and harder and harder and harder right now. Right now, he's playing at what's his name's Cooper Rush. He's playing at Cooper Rush level. He's doing specific things only. You know, when they start elevating the game, we'll see if he can elevate the game and do other things. Mind you, he looked really good to the layman's eye, to my eye. But like I said, it was kind of like how good Jordan Love looked against us in the playoff. Jordan Love looked like he was by far the best quarterback that the NFL has ever seen. He was just like dissecting our defense. Everything was wide open. Everything looked good. Everything was great. And then the next week versus 49ers, the Jordan Love excuses came out. Where he's young, he's learning. He's doing when he looked bad at the end of the game. He threw 2 ugly picks, and he looked very bad at the end of the game. But then that's when they come up with their excuses. So you just got to let this thing play out. This is, like I said, this is very early. This is 4 games in, and the laundry list of their victories is a big 0. They don't look like nobody that's going to beat us. The Eagles don't look good at all. That should, but I just don't believe about Quinn knowing us. That's true, but the more is I believe in Mike McCarthy more than Quinn. So Mike and that like Quinn knows McCarthy, McCarthy knows Quinn, and that back and forth, McCarthy better win that one. McCarthy better be the better mind in the McCarthy versus Quinn situation. It better be McCarthy taking advantage of Quinn rather than Quinn taking advantage of our offense and what we're doing. I know, Delta Root. The Vikings are looking good. That's what I'm saying. Look at that quarterback over there in Minnesota. He's looking he's looking like he's gonna be he looks like an MVP candidate almost right now. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen that dude see ghosts. We played that dude and made him see ghosts. You know what I'm saying? So the NFL is tough, man. You can't look at a little window of games at how especially a quarterback is playing and dictate that he's going to be great. And I will say that again, he looked great. What are we going to do with the defense? Hey, man, I'm going to give the defense a week off, man. They did good. They did good. I know it was just the Giants, but the Giants' run game was decent versus the Raiders or whoever they played before us. Cleveland. Pitt should troll Dallas about drafting Taco over TJ. Oh, man. Why'd you have to remind me, Kyle? Yeah, he's going to have to do more stuff real soon. Yeah, exactly, Mills. To get Gene T. Hey Jeremiah, I saw a mock draft this morning on TikTok that had us getting Ashton Genty. I was like, oh, that would be so beautiful. Yeah, tell them they still got to play Big Brother Dak. Exactly. It's going to be different than playing Kyler Murray, who was ruined by your coach. Yeah, that's another good one, Bear. I thought of that this morning. Jalen Hurts. There was a window where Jalen Hurts looked like he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He was MVP quality. And right now, Jalen don't look anything close to an MVP. Quinn is like Wade Phillips. Yep. King Henry. That was Timothy. That was my thing when I was watching Henry running like that. I was like, if we had signed Derrick Henry, we would not be running him like the Ravens are running him. We would not be running him. Nope. We'd be just as mad as the Eagles spending all that money on Saquon Barkley and not running him. Zimmer believes in stopping the run before pass rushing. Yeah. But will the O-line hang up? That's our problem. Agree. We just don't have. We don't. I probably would venture to say we don't have the roster of both teams. We have a quarterback and an elite receiver. You know what I'm saying? That makes us, very, very good. Well, not very good. It makes us as good as them, if not better. But roster to roster, we don't have what they have. I don't think. And I'm a Kellen Moore hater, but this is a situation where I'm not really talking bad about Kellen Moore. I'm just saying it's not a good fit. Kellen Moore should go to somewhere where Kellen Moore should went to Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? Have a quarterback that can actually throw the ball around the field and all that kind of stuff. Go to somewhere where you have like arm talent. He had it with Herbert, but it just didn't last long because Herbert they sat Herbert and it never got to jail. So that's more of what I'm saying. No, I don't like Kellen Moore's offense. And it's simply because it came from Jason Garrett, and I can't stand Jason Garrett's offense. Yes, JJ. Sooner or later they're gonna understand. Like I have absolutely zero problems with Dak Prescott on the field. I think he does everything he can. You know what I'm saying? I think he plays as hard and as good as Dak Prescott can. So I can't push him on the field, man. You got to do this better, because then I already bought it, Def. But can't push him to being something that he's not. I am fully aware of who he is, and I'm very okay with who he is as far as on the field or whatnot. So this year, I think people are going to see really how good he is, because it's been 4 weeks, and people aren't crying about Dak Prescott at all. Some people are still trying to blame stuff on Dak Prescott that really sounds silly at this point. When I've been trying to tell people how bad this roster is over the years, no, it's not this roster, it's Dak. It's Dak. Man, if we get a better quarterback in here. No. The quarterback's fine. What's around the quarterback is your problem. You can't just get a quarterback and the quarterback magically makes everybody else around them better. That's fantasy. You got to get the quarterback that fits the system, and then you got to get the players that make the system work. And if you get the quarterback that fits the system and the players that make the system work, then you got gold. You can't draft. You sit in a draft and say, "Oh, this guy is going to change the Cleveland Browns forever." No, you got to change the Cleveland Browns forever and then get a quarterback. That's why I like building the team first and getting the quarterback. Because if you build a team and a scheme first, you can try to get the quarterback or a few quarterbacks to try to fit them. I think that's what the 49ers do. And they try to fit those quarterbacks in, and then you get a Purdy, and like, wow, it pops. Yeah, I was, y'all had me all confused, devastated, Omega, about my PS5 Pro. Y'all had me worried about, but that was the 30th anniversary version of the PS5 Pro, and I didn't get that. I don't care about that because I probably get a new skin over it. I didn't care about getting a 30. I just wanted the functionality of a PS4 Pro, and I needed a new PS5 because my son is in here on on Minecraft all the time. So I just got the regular, bare bones. In my Madden league, they said that the PS5 Pro is for broke people. So I will. That's me. Let me see. I missed some comments. So I saw something. You took my attention with PS5 Pro. Cowboys are a passing team. Yep. Can Trevor really throw it around the field? He needs a coach, JJ, I think. But, hey, look, the coach they got in Jacksonville was one of my I thought he was good, too. So maybe it ain't the coach. Who knows? Zimmer's good for the 90s. He plays Standards League now. You got to be exotic. Yeah. Wide receiver 2 is the biggest red flag, and we're not even a real team. Exactly. We have to have that. I mean, a good number 2, especially a rookie number 2 with a lot of hype, that would do so much to CeeDee Lamb's mind, especially when that rookie is over there doing stuff like Xavier Worthy is doing in Kansas City, blowing the tops off of defenses and things of that sort. Man, or Chris Olave, how Chris Olave has already turned into like a league bet. Shoot, man, he needs another guy on the other side of him with some skills that that they have to get the ball to, and that would calm them down. Kellen should offensive coordinator for Sunshine. And yeah, Pat's not playing well. Our running game, no creativity. Yeah, I just don't see how we're using. I hadn't seen us use Deuce Vaughn in a way that a small guy should be used. And he's doing it like that block he made. Why was he making that block? On that touchdown, why was Deuce making that block? I don't know, but Deuce is in there making that block. Thank you, JJ, for the super chat. Dak. JJ, Dak. It's Dak. Stop doing that to the Romo guys. And it's not nothing against Romo for me saying Dak. Yeah, again, people do not understand. It said Dak looked great against the Giants, and you don't understand the scale of what he was playing against. His offensive line was leaky as leaky gets. In that Giant game, the offensive line was leaky and it was making mistakes on top of mistakes. The running game, it was a little bit there, but it wasn't anything the defense was keying on to stop our offense. It was just something that we were sneaking in on them. We were sneaking run in here and there on them. So the majority of that game came from the accuracy. Not only that, the wide receiver separation still isn't there. So everything in the entire offense had to go through Dak Prescott. Never going to get credit for that. Never. Neither owner. Hitting a quarterback in round 1 is extremely difficult because college is so messed up with Joseph Stanberg. I was talking to my dad about it the other day. I was like, you have no idea how good Beck is because he has a world of people about him. I think we understand Milroe because of the physical things that Milroe can do. But most of the time, the quarterbacks you don't know because of the people they have around them. Maybe they have some understanding of that system and are able to do that very well. But when they translate, they can't understand the new system. It's a whole lot going into finding a quarterback. That's why I said, and I will always say, is first You need to know what type of team you want to be. You want to know what your identity is going to be, and you build your team to that identity. And then you get the quarterback that fits in that identity. If that don't work, you get another quarterback that fits in that activity. And then sooner or later, you'll end up with a Russell Wilson or Brock Purdy, or one of those quarterbacks that was able to lead their team to heights, as a rookie. I know, right? Don Weedy said that was the joke, Don Weedy. They said you broke if you get the PS5 Pro. The ballers get the 30th anniversary version. I was like, and more of the 30th anniversary version. It's all going to get all lint all over it, and it's going to get used because my PS5 get used all the time. So I'm gonna burn it up I go through at least 2 every cycle, as far as burning them out from playing too much. So why would I get one when I'm just gonna burn it up and it's gonna collect a whole bunch of dust over there? You would want to keep something like that. And Gio said the PS5 Pro is no different than the regular PS5. Yeah, I agree. I believe that, Gio. Maybe a little bit. And you know what, Gio? This TV, let me show you again. This TV that you see right here, this TV is the best TV I have ever had in my life by far. It was a Samsung, and what happened was I bought this is like the win of all wins. I bought a Samsung for a cheap price from Sam's. I got it from Sam's. So I got it and it went bad on me. The TV instantly went bad on me. So they replaced it with its original the price. Sony did with its original price. So I got a whole lot more for the TV than I even paid for the TV at first, to put back into another TV, of course, not cash, to put back in another TV. So I got that money and I put it into another TV, but luckily I was buying it during Super Bowl time when all the TV deals was out there. So I basically got this TV at half price, which if you're getting I think this is like a $5,000 TV or something like that, something crazy like that. I got it for just a little bit more than I paid for the other TV that was that was sitting here. And this is like 8K. It's like nasty with gaming and all kind of stuff. So I want to have the best type gaming going to this TV. I have this laptop, which is a 4090 graphics card. I've got it going to this TV, and it looks. When I'm playing Madden on, let me go back here. When I'm playing Madden on my PlayStation on this TV, it looks great. When I play Madden on my laptop on my TV, it is sweet, 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 sweet. So the PS5 Pro will not even touch this NVIDIA 4090. Passing to Bear. We're a passing team with bottom tier. How are we a passing team with bottom tier receivers? Doesn't a pass again? This is what I'm talking about, Bear. When I said find out your identity and get players to fit that identity. You can have an identity and be a passing team, but have bad players. Your quarterback is not going to work. It's not going to work. But if you our offense, we have a lot of quick routes, so we need players that do this and that. Or our scheme has a lot of non-routes, so people are going deep. So we need some Rashid Shaheed type speed guys that stretch the field. Whatever your scheme needs, you go out and get those specific players for it, and then you get the quarterback that's going to make it all work together. It just seems like common sense to me, right? Whatever. We were going to get Worthy. I don't know, man. I hope that you're right about that, and we're actually looking at that at exciting players, because I get my heart broken every draft when we don't come away with an exciting player. Our last exciting player that we drafted was CD Lamb. CD Lamb. So Terrence Steele is athletic. He could play corner. He could play at home by himself. The kid from Ole Miss played. I mean, I want Tez. Have you seen Tez from Oregon? Speaks on Deuce Vaughn in depth. He needs to have more snaps. He needs to be put in the right positions, Brandon Adams. Dak was throwing into seriously tight windows all night. We do not have a system that has wide receivers running wide open for our quarterback to throw to. Saw Dallas media for the first time calling Jerry out for passing up on Henry. Yeah, Dev. Like I said, Dev, when I was looking at him last night, I was like, Henry, you did a good job. We would not have ran you like this. We would have held you into our backfield and then tried to run you at end of games and things of that sort. In certain like windows and expected you to be like Superman in those windows. And if you didn't do it, you'd have been bad. So you did a good job, Henry. You went to a team that understands how to run. I don't know about the trade now, Amari Cooper for nothing. Amari Cooper's he's like Cleveland fans saying he's causing problems over there. So maybe it was a good thing to get rid of him. I don't know, because I was pushing for Amari Cooper, a few days ago. But if Cleveland doesn't like him, he's just not the likable guy, I guess. They just don't like Amari Cooper. What's up, Matt Chizzy? Adrian Peterson and Frank Gore out there for Jerry Jones. Yep. And Adrian needs some money. The Giants got a good front. Was tough for our line. What kills my mood the most is getting flagged on opening kicks. Yeah, what kills my mood the most is the offensive line penalties. I mean, you're struggling enough because you're learning the game. Guys, got to cut down the penalties. We can't have that. It would have been so... Yeah, I was hoping for that, Gio, having Stephon Diggs here, but no. Man, Brent, I missed the game because I was at somebody's birthday party. So I missed the whole thing. I had to watch it all on my phone on the way home. All the highlights. Flournoy, I hope. Yeah, man, I got to steal. It looks good, man, this television. I might get a projector for my new man cave. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Because that room, this TV isn't big enough for that room in there unless I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Isaiah Bond or Genty, I'm good. JJ, there's so many exciting players in college this year. So many. All right, Michael Barris, I think there's a possibility because I said this the other day. Signing Dak Prescott and CD Lamb right minutes before the season, literally with Dak, minutes before the season starts. Signing them at that time was the absolute worst thing you could do for the salary cap for this year. The worst. If you was going to do it for this year, you should have did it earlier, and use that money to get a Henry or to get somebody in to help this team, help some on defense, yada, yada, yada. It was the absolute worst thing to do. But if you're setting up for next year, I'm just going by what I know from playing Madden, so don't take too much into this. But it feels like it sets them up tremendously next year because you'll have both of your two big guys under contract, and you'll be able to go in there and restructure those things and pull out what you need to pull out and do what you need to do to get whatever you need to help out us in this transitional period. Because we're definitely transitioning the offensive line, the defense is transitioning, everything is the backfield is transitioning, especially when you get old running backs. You're about to draft one. So we're in transition for everything. So I'm thinking that maybe we're in great position for next year. You got your quarterback locked up. You got a target. And they possibly can get you, just them two they got you in the playoffs last year. They possibly can get you close to the playoffs this year. I do too, Joe Sandberg. I think that this offense is a Ginty away. If you get a running back like Ginty that can like catch the ball out of the backfield, run the ball, and not only that, when Ginty gets the ball, you can feel the defense gasp. Like, oh. You know what I'm saying? You can feel them like tense up, like we got to get this dude down. A sense of urgency, that's what it is. You can feel a sense of urgency on the defense to get this dude because of what they see, because they see him moving at a much faster pace than they're used to. So like, oh my goodness, this dude's fast. And it causes a little bit of panic on the defensive side. And then he just throws you. I mean, the dude against Oregon, the dude stiff-armed a 300-pound nose tackle, just threw him down, and then ran for like 40 more yards. So yeah, what's up, me-mug? So yeah, I think we're running back like that away. We're running back like that away. Not too much a receiver away. I still think that that we have to get something in the backfield. No matter, we got to get something good in the backfield. Something that will, because then the play action might make Tolbert look incredible. You know what I'm saying? The play action might make Flournoy look incredible. So once we get that running game and get Dak with the play action, Dak can't do what he's doing right now for long. He's gonna die. He can't sit back in the pocket and make plays because there's no time for that kind of stuff. He can't do none of that stuff. But if we build him offense where he can build play action off of it, because the defense is scared of the run game, you better be scared of of whoever we got at wide receiver, because they're probably gonna be open. That's probably why Green Bay was so much open up. We were freaking out over the run game that we left all the wide receivers open. Let's have that problem on the other end. You know what I'm saying? When is Dalvin Cook? I'm telling you guys, I said several times. There's a dude, you can look up it on YouTube, right before the season started, like 3 weeks before we signed Dalvin Cook. There's a dude called Better Derrick. He has like 0.03% muscle. He has zero muscles. And he arrogantly challenged him to a race, a long distance race, and he beat Cook. Now, understandably, you know, sometimes long distance runners can beat runners with more mass, but he was cooked. He was so tired, and I was like, this dude is out of shape. So when they say we signed him, I'm like, y'all, you didn't see this dude just running. He's not in peak condition. Yes. Shango, shout out to wifey for the new season of Found starting this week. Yes, and back to football. She's headed to New York. Oh, we're going to be on Kelly Clarkson too. She came in and she was doing the pre-interviews, and they were in there talking about, you know, us here, and I had to send some links to Kelly Clarkson. So you might see your boy Shango on the Kelly Clarkson show. But she's going to be doing all the Good Morning America, all the stuff this week. So yeah, there's a lot. I'm excited. There's a lot of excitement. I told her they're probably gonna get another season because there's a lot of excitement out there about Found, and luckily we'll get the news of a new season like early, like within the first few episodes. You would even take Judkins. There's so much talent out there. Imagine Dak getting GT to take the pressure off. Exactly. For Dak to actually, if Dak, we're making Dak be the best quarterback in the league. That's the only way we can win if Dak Prescott becomes the best quarterback in the league. And that's just not feasible. I mean, that's just not, when you make Dak the bus driver Dak, when he has talent over here, talent over there, talent over here and here, and he can just facilitate to these guys, then you'll get the best version of Dak that you ever see. He won't be passing for no 380 yards, 4 touchdowns. He'll be doing 2 touchdowns, maybe, and 230 yards, maybe, or 240 yards. I've always said those are my perfect Dak Prescott numbers: 230 yards and 2 touchdowns. We win every time. Every time. Yes, this running back class is very good. Yes, Cole Beasley was such a catalyst. And that's why I don't understand. Like, Bill Belichick understood when he lost Wes Welker, he had to get Julian Edelman, another dude that did similar things. And he was even, you remember, he even got, I was about to say Ryan Switzer, but it wasn't Ryan Switzer. He got somebody from us, I forgot who, but he was always looking for that guy that could do what Wes Welker could do or whatever. And he found it with Julian Edelman. Us, when we had Cole Beasley did things that nobody could do for our football team. He was such the security blanket for that Travis Kelce is for Mahomes, because you would know that, especially if he's running a zip route or a slant or in out, anything that involves quickness, he was uncoverable. Why didn't we get another one just like him? Why don't we just always be getting a Cole Beasley, because we can't play without one? It's just so weird, Dallas is. Thanks, Bobby Brown. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's not fair to put it all on him either, but he takes it. So that's why I say I can't feel sorry for Dak Prescott in any way for, what he has to deal with, because he signed up for it. I mean, he literally signed up for it. He knew the situation of the offense. He didn't have a contract. He could go somewhere else. He knew he knows how this organization works. Everything. So the fact that they're using him like this way, he knew they was going to use him this way. Danny Amendola, that's who it was. Thank you, Barish. Yeah, the BC says if Dak's throwing the ball 40 times in a game, it's probably a bad thing. Definitely. Do not like it. That's what I'm saying. Moises, that's why you my boy right there. Moises says, I wonder if Dak doesn't express he needs a run game because of how close him and Zeke are. Dak is scared to speak the truth or just say it's overdog. He isn't vocal enough to say. That's what I wonder, Moises. I wonder. Because Zeke is obviously not on the same level as Rico right now. I would feel far more, from what I've seen with my as an eye test, I would rather go into war with Rico than Zeke at this moment. So did he push for Zeke? And that's the reason why he can't say anything about our run game situation. That he pushed for Zeke and Zeke is not doing what Dak wanted Zeke, or Dak said Zeke can do. So who knows? No. Be reals. Be reals. No. JJ, I thought it would be reals. JJ says, I mean, 240 million guaranteed though. You're taking that too, JJ. That money was coming from a lot of places. He would have got that. He would still got that money, that 240 guaranteed, and maybe even more. He'd have got that from somewhere else. That's just the market. Jerry is purposely setting them up for a top 5. You're trying to get Dak killed. That's the only way we're gonna get a top 5 draft pick is if Dak gets hurt. Dak didn't want his daughter growing up like, hey, Michael Barish, I would not either. I'm serious. I would not want my family growing up in Las Vegas. Las Vegas is not. It's a place to live if you don't have a family. Fun place to live. Awesome. But I don't see Vegas as a family spot. When Tyron Smith was in street clothes more than his uniform, fans wanted him gone. Will the same noise go toward D. Lawrence? Maybe. We'll see, B. Mackel, if we can see somebody that comes in, especially these rookies. We can see not all rookies, the young players. That's what I've been saying, Rick Charlton. So is Will McClay the genius we all have been told? It seems like if somebody's really that good at acquiring talent, then why is the team void of talent? And the talent is told to us by the organization and the media. That's who tells us we're talented. But if you're really talented, where does it show? On the football field, in the games, in the standings, in the playoffs. All that stuff shows if you're talented or not. So we've got the media, the Dallas, the Jerry Jones media, and the mainstream Jerry Jones media, both telling us Will McClay. But when we look at all these rosters, the past rosters, the roster now, where's this talent? And then another one. I brought this up. We don't have anybody that we drafted and developed that's really doing anything in the NFL. That left us. You got Noah Brown out there fighting for a few catches. You got Schultz still doing okay, but neither one are. I don't even know who else is out there that we had that are doing anything. So I don't know where this this Will McClay, Dallas can find talent, all this kind of stuff does. It just seems like all hype to me. Oh, Dak definitely would have got more in free agency. Say Dak push for anybody he doesn't. Good. Eric Thomas said, don't put Zeke on Dak. He doesn't speak for anyone, good or bad. But Eric Thomas, the question is, I believe you. I can't. That fits what I think of Dak. But what do you think of that, Eric Thomas? Should he speak for somebody, good or bad? I kind of feel like he should, especially on the good side. I wouldn't say anybody's bad. That's just not my thing. But I would push for somebody because I know the offense better than anybody. If I'm Dak Prescott, I know the offense better than anybody but Mike McCarthy. So I would have a idea of what type of player that would do good in this offense with me in it. I played that Rutgers running back this season, JJ. I played Gene and that Rutgers running back. Yo, Shango, hear me out. I think I'd rather have Baker at his contract than Dak at his. Baker might be an idiot still. I don't know. He might be an idiot still. He poked the goat yesterday. Why would you poke Tom Brady, Baker? They didn't like Tom Brady here, so now they like me, and we have a better time. Brady said, "I thought winning championships was fun." This is a guy that didn't fight to keep Amari. Exactly. So I guess you're with me, Eric. And Eric, that is probably my only gripe with Dak Prescott. I don't have much. I don't think I've complained about his play in a long time. If his play is bad, it's because the team is playing bad. And regardless of what anybody thinks, I've never seen where a team plays good and the quarterback plays bad. Usually, when teams plays bad and the quarterback plays good, because when the team plays bad, what can one guy do? Can he make them catch the ball? Can he make them run the right routes? He can compensate for them doing wrong things, but then you're just putting pressure on your quarterback. Mike, he might know it better than Mike. For real, JJ. Exactly. The only actual talent are Micah. Micah was an accidental draft. Exactly, Rick. Don't get it messed up. It was an accidental draft. CD was a pressure draft from the locals. Yeah, the people that we let Ced Williamson go. We kept Gallup. And not only that, Eric Thomas, I just can't see how Dak could knowingly just come in a season when everybody thinks that you have the worst wide receiver 2 in the league. And the worst 2 down wide receiver room outside of our number 1. I don't know how he could go in the season saying, we can do this, guys. Can you imagine Dan Marino yelling at the big dudes for not running the right routes and stuff? Jalen Brooks falling down on the route causing an interception. Can you imagine Dan Marino? How long do you think we're gonna have to deal with Jalen Daniels? He looks again. I'm gonna hold off on Jaden Daniels. I thought he looked great as well, but still, he's gonna have to do a lot more. And then his offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury, he knows that Arizona team because he's actually the guy that actually built that Arizona team. So he knows everything that they can do. Oh man, it's time to go. Yes, I'm in the mind that he's simply about his money, and it is what it is. Give him whatever team. Yep. And and that's what I said at this thing with Dak. He had the choice. He had the choice to go anywhere else. He could have went somewhere else and won championships or whatever. But for some reason, he believes that he's in the best situation to win and sign the contract for the Dallas Cowboys. So at that point, it is what it is. He made these choices. So I can't say they're overworking Dak, or I can't say I feel sorry for Dak because he's working so hard. Any of that stuff, I cannot say because he chose to be in that position. He signed that contract, and he's getting paid handsomely for it as well. All I want him to do is what he can do. He's doing everything he can on the field. I can't make him do more on the field than what he's doing. Can't do that. He is what he is there. But he can off the field. He can go in there and say, hey, I need a number 2 receiver. Or Cooks needs help. Or blah, blah, blah. Or I need a field stretcher. Or I need a running game. Or guys, you're not helping me out here. You know what I'm saying? You got all these guys on TV talking about they are leaving it all on Dak Prescott. It's all on Dak Prescott. Even Dan Orlovsky was saying it. Dan Orlovsky, the number one Dak hater, was saying it. Saying they depend on Dak for everything. Yeah. So that's a good way to end this show, Eric. Let me get my kids to school.